Hello, 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 hello. How are we all doing today? I'm just putting on some sandals because I forgot to before the stream. I was wondering why my feet were a bit itchy and weird. Ah, your answer 3, Travis. Very nice. Also 3, which seems to confuse you greatly. So welcome, welcome, welcome one and all back to the Insanity Challenge. I've had a lot of questions, people asking where it's gone. I was just taking a little break from it to do a bit of Lone Oak. Now, I'm gonna just ignore the rules for a second because I'm supposed to go only ever ×1 walking speed to show you what I've done. So, we now have the Hurleyman Synchromatic and the trailer from the Farming Classics pack. If I come over to the main yard, we have a teeny tiny front loader now, the Guldner. This is replacing the 135. And we also have, if I go over, where did I put it? Over somewhere. Where did I put it? Where did I put it? Ah, yes, over here we've got the Deutz D80, which is going to replace the IHC. And I almost forgot to get this going again, which would have been very good indeed. So go from the nearest waypoint, please. And now we're active with the rules. Stop. Oh, just go from the first waypoint. You're close enough to it. That doesn't make much of a difference. Yeah, I've also swapped out all the machinery to the Classics pack. The Farming Classics pack, because it's a lot smaller than what I was using. This course, by the way, has 10 headlands. Not that you know about it. You haven't installed Lone Oak and it blows you away? Yeah, it is one of the best maps ever made, I think. Evening AS Farming. So that tractor's unfortunately going to redo this bit, but hopefully it won't derp up too much. So I'm not allowed to tab in this challenge, which is why I'm wandering up the field. A secondary reason I have the Deutz, the D80, is because I needed something that could power the Welger baler. Hello, BulletBill. Yes, the Flat Earth Society is very much a fan of the West Coast. As you can all see, it's a completely flat map. Have I seen the sky at night? Yes. I'm particularly fond of like the sunrise, sunset, dawn, dusk textures BulletBill has. I forgot to do my wheel thingy. Hang on. Will I just switch you on? No, I've got to do this. There we go. Yeah, my wheel, I like having a 32% center spring, but annoyingly, it defaults to 100% all the time. Because I gotta plug it out at night, because otherwise it does a weird thing and just starts self-calibrating overnight for some reason. Hello, Blige! Mods are popping up on ModHub. I won't check them today, during the stream, I'll check them after. Hello, Jose. So tomorrow we will be back on Lone Oak for the 4th of July. It's the 4th of July tomorrow. And this is my channel. Which means I'm going to be looking for some stuff tonight to add a bit of 4th of July goodness to the map. Which is presumably just terrified BulletBill. What? That wasn't exactly how I pictured that unloading. Four snuck up on you? I'm going to apologize in advance to all Americans for tomorrow. So I have, of course, bottles of water. Tap water today. Trailer defies gravity. Never mind gravity, it went through the bottom of the trailer. That said, these look a lot better now than they did in 15. They look like they fit a bit more. And everything does have dirt skins at least. If there's no Bruce Springsteen... I can't play Bruce Springsteen because it's copyrighted music. I will, however, see if I can find a country and western channel on Pretzel. Found a rhino bush hog to go behind your 7610. Very nice. Got a notification. That's fine, that happens. So yeah, this isn't the fastest moving map in the world. We got seasons on, we got the tiniest equipment I could find. We got a lot of noise going on in the background today, apparently. What happens is this is the Bison from the Platinum DLC. Is it Platinum it's called? The DLC that like nobody bought because it was just sugarcane and bad map. Will it be Lone Oak tomorrow? Yes. Platinum? Oh, good. Because they've had gold twice and titanium once, and I couldn't remember what metal they used this time around. I'm using the smallest stuff possible, using a big ass JD8R. Well, I kind of have that on Lone Oak, but I thought I would have, Alex, only Maddox JS's equipment is big. It's too big. It's bigger than what I've got here. The aim of this map is just to make farm sim as difficult as possible and make it I guess, as grindy as I can to a certain extent. You know, we got a lot of harvesting to do. We got a lot of plowing to do with that tiny little plow. I probably should have bought a second one, but oh well. And one rule that I haven't brought up yet is that I'm only allowed 2 courseplay workers or hired workers or anything the game designates as a hired worker at any given time. Hey, Shadowbox, how you doing? So yeah. I won't be making fun of Americans, I'll just be making fun of the 4th of July. Also need to fix my cash issue. The bales will probably do that, honestly, because I'm gonna round bale these fields. And once I get 50 bales, that's me sorted for bales, and we should be good to go after that. We should be able to safely sell beyond 50. Of course, once we do get the 50, that means we can finally get the cows up to 100% production and health. Right now they're at 90%, which is good, but they're kind of low on everything. You haven't been able to see the Lone Oak streams. I hope you've tried the map at least, dude. Because I think you're gonna love that map. Bill's done a fantastic job on it. There we go. My game looks beautiful. That is because of Reshape Mighty Machines. And it's thanks to Simulate, partially. He came up with a reshade setup that just makes this game really, really pop. It does struggle, if you can see, it's behind chat. If you can see there's some wonkiness with darker areas. I don't know if that's going to show too well on YouTube, but there's a bit of wonkiness with dark areas. Scoresfire and the Cooley Mountains. They're Northern Ireland, aren't they? And I had time to play anything. Oh, dude, you need to get Lone Oak downloaded, like, right now. And give it a try. It is so far ahead of any other American map. What game am I playing? Farming Simulator. Oh, SB, something you should be aware. If you open Pretzel next time, it'll tell you need to attribute music. If you're only streaming on YouTube, you can actually ignore that. Official word from Pretzel themselves. Because I asked yesterday when I saw that pop up on mine, it's like, I stream on YouTube, am I good to still use Pretzel for the time being? And the word was, yes, we don't have anything ready for YouTube just yet, it'll be a couple of months. So just ignore the fact that our terms of service now require attribution. Of all songs and are about to be in your chat and this and that and the other. And I said, okay, that's fine. That's all I wanted to know. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't doing it wrong. What do other people do? Watch my stream or download Lone Oak? Both. You can probably do both at once. You can have my stream on in the background. And hop in when you want. Hop out when you want. And just enjoy the madness. You did both. That's the way to do it. Yeah, I'm letting everybody who I know uses Pretzel just know that, because it is something that you'll open Pretzel and it'll be like, hey, we're now implementing the new rules, and you gotta attribute, and it's like, okay. There's no way of doing this on YouTube. Yeah, you just ignore it. For now, at least. They'll probably have like another notification or tweet or something. Everything's announced in tweets with Pretzel, and I don't like it. Have YouTube changed their kappa? What about Pretzel? You'll get a notification saying you've got to attribute songs and have Pretzel bot in your stream. Ignore it. Actually ignore it. As silly as it sounds, because it's like an official Pretzel thing, I spoke to the devs of Pretzel yesterday, and they told me, yeah, just ignore that for now. Well, but what map is this? The West Coast, also by BulletBill. I've been spamming Bill's maps lately. What GPU is this running off? GTX 980, and I've got the graphics on, I think, medium. For the most part, I've got kind of a custom setup. I think it's based off like medium or high. Is there a liquid fertilizer refill point in Lonoc? Yes. It's a bit finicky, as it turns out, and Bill's said he's gonna fix it in the new version, which was uploaded to Giants today, so hopefully it'll be up in a few days, if not already up. You won't need a new save game, it's just fixing a few small things that basically got caused when BulletBill was getting the map fixed for passing Giants testing. So the version of the map that I have doesn't have the error or the multi-terrain angle failure. And I'm quite happy consistently getting the fertilizer point, so that's not an issue for me. If I want to extend it, I can. But the way to get it is basically around the side of the big cream shed, the huge shed, there's like a wall. If you stop kind of at the end of that wall, you'll get the fertilizer fill point. Not already up, maybe tomorrow. It might be a week or two before it comes up because of FarmCon and all that kind of stuff happening at the moment, and only one person testing mods. Found a fertilizer refill at the pig farm. Well, that works too, I guess. There is one at the main farm as well, and that's the one that I use the most because it's a bit easier for me. Have I been No, I have not, Alex. I've been very bad at keeping up to date with ATS and ETS news. It's usually Landy that gives that news to me, and he's obviously camping at the moment, so I have no idea. I heard there's a new brand. What's this I've been hearing about a new brand? I saw Silver going live with some news about a new brand coming to ATS. Is there more information on that? Which you need to check out. I'll do my best, Alex, but it's Tesla and their trucks. We all think it's Navistar, but not currently confirmed. I think it might be Volvo. And the Krone trailers I knew about. I think it might be Volvo coming to ATS because that was a brand they were advertising before release, and it just, I think some licensing issues got in the way, and it never released on, or never came out on release day. So I think they've been working on that for the last, what, year or so? And I think they might finally have got the Volvo license sorted for ATS. What's happened to all the bids? I've been like really hot and just kind of chilling after streams because it does get quite hot in here, so I've been kind of taking a break from making videos just to let myself cool down and not overheat too much. Won't because still having license issues with Renault and Volvo. Pavel posted a pic of him at a Navistar depot. Ah! Plus, like, I want to do another iRacing video, but I want to have a race that's actually interesting first. And this last week I've just been racing at the Nordschleife, which basically has been, I think it was 5 or 6 races I did. I got a win. The very first race I did at the Nordschleife, I won from pole. I fell behind after the Dottinger Höhe on the first lap. Yeah, you can use the fert bags on Lonoc as well. I fell behind at the Dottinger Höhe because I got drafted past second lap. I was spent about half the second lap just kind of strategizing how I was going to win the race, because I think I would have won it either way. And I decided that I was going to hang back and kind of sandbag the Dottinger on lap 2, draft on lap 3, but that wasn't necessary, as the guy that I was racing, the only person I was actually realistically racing, spun in front of me, and I was just far enough back that I could avoid the massive crash that would have ensued. The podium I got last night, I got third place in, I think it was second split. The win was in bottom split, so I'm not kind of overly pushed by that. The podium I got last night, third place in second split, which I'm very proud of. Was basically, I started from the pit lane, had about a lap and a half by myself, and just kind of overtook smoking wrecks of cars. That's pretty much how the Nordschleife races went for me, more or less. Was I didn't bother qualifying. I was going to start from near the back of the grid. Decided I'm not going to die. I'll spot 12 and a half between 12 and a half and 20 seconds to the rest of the field, and just start from the pit lane. How's the Modern Classics mod? It's quite good. I like it. Oh, I should mention, I'm gonna just escape the rules for a second to show something off, because I've also swapped out the slurry and manure tank or machinery I have. This is our new manure spreader, and this is our slurry tanker. This is the slurry tanker we're going to be using on this map for a little while. Remember how I said I don't mind equipment swaps if it makes things smaller and much harder? Yeah. Smaller cultivator, smaller plow, smaller fertilizer spreader. This is the same hastia, because it's actually got a slightly higher capacity and I wanted that to stay. I swapped out the mower for the exact same mower, just from the Classics pack, because the sickle bar actually works. The finger bar. I decided to go for this windrower because it's old and is better looking in context than the one I was using, and I've got the tether from the Classics pack too. The shame the autoloader's not in the pack. It kind of is in a way. It was left out for console reasons. The new tanker is just a long barrel. Yeah. Really pushing the insane part. Well, yes, that's kind of the point. But the thing is, and this is kind of the important bit, I don't think we're going to get enough manure or slurry to even worry about those machines. Because we need to get to the point where we have enough manure or slurry to even use it. Which is going to be probably the entirety of the manure pit, and probably at least 100,000 litres of slurry. And we're nowhere near that yet. We have 0 manure, and we have, I'm just going to use the cows here, 8,000 litres of slurry, and then 4,000 at the pigs. We're nowhere near having enough to have it usable. Wonder why they couldn't use the script for the autoloader. Because scripts aren't allowed on consoles. Where'd I get my music from? Pretzel.rocks. It's like Spotify, only copyright free. Well, not copyright free. Only it's got all the licenses for redistribution and streaming. So by using Pretzel, I actually gain, by extension, the license to every piece of music that I use, or that they use. Which means that I get good music, effectively for free. And in a few months, I'll just need to have a bot in chat and something that adds a little link to the description. And it that's all the advertising or whatever that Pretzel wants. There was a period where they were considering putting ads into the music stream, but people were just like, no, don't do that because we use this to stream and we just get copyright strikes that way. Like, it's intended for streamers and all you'd get if there were ads would be copyright strikes. What have I done? I've got smaller equipment. It's fine. We're pushing the challenge to an extreme now. We're pushing the game to an extreme, I think. We're pushing the map to an extreme. Because I am 90% sure this map was never intended for this equipment. I haven't got horses then. I don't have horses. There's like no breeze today and it's getting mildly, I say mildly, actually quite uncomfortable. So I may just pause the stream for a minute and just straight switch off the face cam. It is nice there's NCS now. That's something relatively new. Yeah, that's really actually quite uncomfortable. So I'm just gonna go onto the BRB screen for a second and turn off the face cam. Because that is just uncomfortable. I need to try and cool down a bit. Alright, there we go. So face cam's back off because my room's decided to become an oven again. Pretty much GT. But yeah, Bradley, I'm afraid it's uncomfortable heat because there's no breeze today. It's 25 degrees. I'm not too sure which weather warning is in effect at the moment. It might just be a drought warning, but there's a weather warning in effect. Big Bud with classic equipment. I think the Big Bud's actually faster than some of the equipment I'm using at the moment. Keep getting caught up in tank filling. I really do, Alex. I need to keep track of that a bit more. And I probably should have used Courseplay to do this field, but it's a bit late to be starting with Courseplay now. There's hosepipe ban in certain areas. Yeah, that's gonna extend to most of the country, I think. By the end of this heat wave, I think most of the country will be under hosepipe ban, with encouraged shower limits. So it's not gonna be fun by the end of this. Hello, farming man. How are you doing today? Was 2 meter. I'm not going to do that, Darth. Hello, Eddie. CD. Hello, hello, hello. You'll all be glad to know that my phone's not going off at all today for some reason. It's like the exact opposite of yesterday, where I spent like half the stream looking at my phone. So they can't process it fast enough. Well, yeah. That's because people are being a bit silly and watering their gardens. Whereas by me is being used by Fire Brigade and Army's bit of Moorland fire. It's been burning for 2 weeks now. Yeah, that's gonna cause problems. Now you can't tell when I'm on my phone. It'll be about every half hour or so to play ads. You might have noticed there were kind of regular intervals when I was looking down at my phone yesterday. That was me playing ads. Fire's over 8 kilometers. Whoa, okay, that's not good. Ron Sims messaging me on Facebook. Speaking of, I need to actually send him a message. Actually, right now, because I need to ask him a question. Do I bail? Do I want you to bail out with your Corona, dear? No, I'll be fine bailing it myself. Facebook. There we go. No, 3% now. Right. Message simulate. There we go. Because I just need an answer from him. Yes, no on something. Well, because some people had a barbecue on the moor. It was a good idea for them at the time. Maize isn't growing much now. Yeah, most plants have kind of stopped growing. They've gone into kind of a food preservation mode because the groundwater is being used up too much. And does Sim like moving house? I don't know. He does it a lot though. Not as much as Silver, but he does seem to do it a lot. He's moving. He's moving back to Plymouth soon, I believe. Foxtrot, I don't think there's any fire planes in Ireland. He just moved. I know. Not too long ago, and he's seeing out his lease in Bristol, is it? Wherever he is, because I can't remember. Can you get contractors in on this challenge? Nope. What you have is what you got. Oh, perfection. Local farmer's barley has turned a different colour too early because of the weather. I've heard there's a, like, is it a lettuce or cabbage shortage going on in the UK at the moment? And they're having to import from the US because Germany is also having a shortage, which is where the emergency supply comes from for the UK, and it's kind of ridiculous. Hey Chunky, I'm doing well. How are you doing today? You might have noticed that my trick to stop quickly was to slam it into reverse. Because if I just hit the brakes, especially in this tractor... Oh, now they're working correctly. Never mind. One or two of these classic tractors from the Farming Classics pack do have brake issues. So it is a case of I have basically come up with a solution that is slam it into reverse and keep the throttle open. Coast Guard and helicopters with those big water buckets things. Yeah, but that would be just as effective, really, as going to the reservoir with a like parade of fire trucks. For some reason, your audio cut out. That's a bit odd. Hello, Gamer LTU. How are you doing today? The little Deutz is doing reasonably well. Down in the corner there, making sheer perfection happen. Check out Jerry 6420 new channel for Roof Farm. I might check that out. Hello, Silver. What's the news today? Because I didn't catch your stream. That's a legit question. Like, if I see you streaming, I'm gonna ask that. Hang on, I've got to make an alteration to the stream for just for silver. Hang on. Hang on. There we go. Wait, did I sub out vehicles? Yes, and equipment. I made it all smaller. Because I'm evil. Also, for some reason, my own stream is playing in like 240p, and it's amazing. On the bright side, I no longer need to fix the trailer that I kept forgetting to fix. I'll shrink it back down in a minute. Actually, while I'm unloading. Because I'll have a bit of time to kill then. Have fun reversing this trailer. I've actually done some practicing with the slurry tanker, and I think I've figured out a way to do it. What does the Insanity Challenge Silver News High? The Insanity Challenge does Silver News High. The Insanity Challenge is basically me playing Farm Sim in a way that it's maybe not intended to be played. And by that I mean I have made up rules that basically make the game really difficult. There we go. For example, I'm not allowed to buy new equipment. I'm allowed to swap down to smaller stuff, but I'm not allowed to buy up bigger stuff until I've paid back the loan, which is at €300,000. You might notice that my money's negative. That's fine for now because I'm harvesting crops. If it ever goes negative, I don't have the crops to pay it off at that time after this harvest. Yeah. International trucks. Interesting, because people here were saying a different brand entirely. I can't remember the brand people here were saying, but they were saying there was pictures of Pavel at a depot for this brand. Like, I can't for the life of me remember. Navistar. Thank you, Alex. Yeah. Some people sort of reckon Navistar because Pavel's been at one of their depots, not International. I personally think Volvo. For the simple reason that that was the brand they were originally going to have in the game, but I think some licensing stuff got in the way, and it caused some problems and caused Volvo to be kind of removed last minute. Because right up until the day before release, Volvo was in the marketing material. It's still in the code of the game. So I wouldn't be overly surprised to see Volvo. Navistar International is a holding company that owns International brand commercial trucks. Okay then. That could be, like, I'm not saying International won't be the new brand immediately. I think it's possibly more likely to be Volvo just because they've got the existing arrangement. They have been in contact with Volvo recently to arrange rights for the Renault trucks. And unless it's like a different branch of Volvo trucks, then, you know, they're clearly trying to work on the ATS stuff for Volvo as well. Unless, of course, Volvo said, well, we don't really have any intention on expanding our American market, and they've just given up on that. Now that said, ATS does need more trucks. I think it's a bit kind of lacking in trucks now more than places to go, especially with Oregon coming as a DLC soon. I think having basically 4 trucks in the game right now, basically having what, 4 or 5 trucks maybe in the game, I feel is letting it down a bit and kind of limiting it. So I'd hope to see a few more brands come in. International's a good one. Hope they bring a few trucks in, not just the one. That's why they're mods. Yeah, but I mean, base game stuff is higher quality generally speaking. I know there are some mods that beat out SCS, but generally speaking, mods for ATS and ETS just add a bit of interest. How's it going? It's going good, Sun Gaming. It's I had the face cam on earlier, but I started to overheat, and I decided, you know what? It's easier to not have it now. There's a breeze. You know what? It's past the warmest part of the day. I'm just gonna stop here for a second and just crack my blind open a bit to maybe let the wind through a bit easier. There we go. That'll probably do. I'll have to close it again tonight though. The problem with where my room is it faces northeast, so during the morning time when I'm asleep, it basically superheats due to the fact the sun blasts in, and as things are right now, the sun is causing 90% of the heat. How am I? I'm doing very good, Christian. How are you doing? Like, it's approximately like 6-7 degrees hotter in the sunshine than it is in the shade, so I'm doing my best to keep the sunshine away from me. Oh, there we go. There's the breeze coming in through the window. If you are enjoying the stream today, guys, if you're enjoying the Insanity Challenge, if you want to know what the Insanity Challenge is, by the way, and what the rules are, you can put !Insanity into chat, and Nightbot will very kindly provide you with a link eventually when it decides to. Simply put, it's the hardest rule set I could figure out for Farm Sim. It was not quite the hardest, but it's among the hardest. There are a couple of concessions to just making the game playable, but by and large it's the most difficult rule set I can come up with. So you got seasons, you've got by the rules limited equipment sizes at the beginning, which you have to keep until you make at least 300,000 plus whatever you need to actually buy that piece of equipment in the first place. My grass in real life, I'm preparing for Independence Day tomorrow. Gans has been awake since 5 AM and had 6 cups of coffee. I've been awake since... I actually woke up at like 7:45 this morning, and I was like... I went down to the toilet, because that's why I woke up. I went down to the toilet thinking, oh, it's... everybody must be outside, it's like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I looked at the clock on the clock on the cooker, and I noticed something. The first number was a 7, and that clock is 24 hours. No, ain't no way I'm staying up now. Went back to bed and slept until like 1 o'clock. Any new news? There is a new version of Lono coming to PC and console soon, with some minor fixes to issues that have been found in the released version. I coincidentally have the beta version, which oddly enough is slightly less bugged, because most of the bugs were caused by fixes Giants insisted on. That was a really bad verbal typo. I need to wash my wheel. Where's the face cam now? It's gone back off, Daniel. It's got too hot for me, and I've had to lose my t-shirt. And that's James why I've got it switched off. So when the face cam's off, it's basically my way of saying it's too hot for me. I'm trying my best to cool down and get through a full stream. We have to start a new save. No, you will not. It's all... I think one of the things is just getting multi-terrain angle working again on PC, which doesn't require a new save. Another is fixing the Hollister bug. The Hollister error, which a lot of people have been reporting to BulletBill. He knows about that. And I think he's improving the size or changing the fertilizer fill point of the main yard as well. So that's what is going to be in the update. He put out the changelog today on his Facebook page and on the Frontier Discord, which if you're not in, you should definitely find a link and join it. How hot is it for me? My phone is claiming 26 degrees. It's significantly hotter than that. I say significantly. It is hotter than 25, 26 degrees. I think it's close to 30 Celsius at the moment. So that's strange it was. I didn't find it strange at all, honestly. Like, I didn't remember where BulletBill said it was. And I just went to a point that seemed logical for me, and it was there. 26 feels like 19 there. Let me just look it up on my phone real quick what AccuWeather's saying about the weather. 19 Celsius. It feels like 29. Yeah, that makes more sense. I've played on Shark Valley. No. 25 feels like 25 apparently. Yellow warning, severe high temperature. Temperatures same as yesterday. No, that's not correct. Still no rain for like the last 2 weeks. So we're really getting into drought conditions. Does BulletBill have a Discord server? He uses the Frontier Discord, Christian. Shamrock Valley isn't actually finished yet, and Oxy, I believe, is working on the house. At the moment, he's got plans to the real house. You haven't had rain for like 4 days or 4 weeks? Yeah. I'm hoping for rain soon, as strange as it sounds. Much power for an hour. Yeah, it's bizarre just not having rain here. I'm not really complaining because we had 6 months of solid rain, but as a result of that, it's a bit strange not having rain for a prolonged period. "4 weeks. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense than 4 days. Like, why are you mentioning 4 days? I said 2 weeks. Can I link you to the Discord? I don't have the link handy. Why doesn't Bill release the Forbidden Name version on FSUK? Because he's decided that the Forbidden Name version is going to be kind of a... dang it. Tester and Friend of BulletBill special edition. So it's a select few have the original, the named version with the forbidden the forbidden names. So bad here. They're already feeding this year's silage. That's gonna cause chaos in the winter. That's going to cause problems if we have a harsh winter, which people are now expecting. There's going to be another feed shortage. And a major one if they're already feeding this year's stock. There's the link to the Frontier Discord if anybody wants it, which you just threw it into chat. Well, I mean, they don't have much of a choice. If the crops are dying in the fields, they have to harvest to get at least some yield. Between the the late spring and now the extreme summer, it's going to be a bad year for farming. I think you might see a lot of farms going under during the winter time. Eating burnters and going, yeah. I mean, an extreme solution would be get down to the river with a water pump and fill a slurry tanker or something. To try and get the grass growing. But even that, I don't know if that'll work. Struggled with all the cracks. Not as bad as what happened on Faye's Road Silver. It melted. His road was pure tar one day. I think the hottest day of this entire debacle. In Cumbria. Yeah, do. Yeah, bad times for farmers this year. Good lord, between the snow back in, was it March or April time? The ridiculous amount of rain that delayed spring. And now this summer that's melting roads and killing grass fields and killing crops. There's going to be a lot of farms that just struggle to survive through the winter. We've had over 34 or 5 days straight. Yeah, I mean, have you seen many farmers going out with a tanker of water or something, Faye? Because that's what I'd at least try to do. Like, get the water out of the river and just basically use the slurry tanker as a hose. I don't know if there are any other solutions to that. So now that farmers take irrigation pumps out to fields, yeah, they kind of have to. It is unnaturally this is an unnatural period of hot weather for UK and Ireland, and by and large farms aren't set up for it, nor are the crops, because we tend to grow crops that are supposed to water shortage hosepipe ban. Yeah. Is that hosepipe ban nationwide now, Faye, do you know? Last I heard it was just Dublin. Decent river trying to get trickle. I might at some point during the week, some evening, go downtown and have a look at what the river's like here. Because I get the feeling it's running near dry. Certain areas of the UK. Yeah, I think Dublin's under hosepipe ban. Galway apparently is too. I don't know about where I am. Don't know about Tip. We've had one here over a week now. I'll need to check to see if there's one here. No sign of rain for the next 10 days. Yeah, I've heard this heat wave is here to stay for a little while. And that's not good news for, number one, farmers. Number two, people in general who just kind of want to have a normal summer. Great news for, you know, swimming pool owners. And ice cream salespeople. The shops that sell ice cream, they're loving this weather. Mid-July before rain's expected. Yeah, I get the horrific... I get the feeling that we might not even see rain before August. Not one in tip yet. Thank you, Slants. There will be soon. Getting ready for your holidays to Vancouver. This is what... Well, they recycled swimming pool water, Silver. That's why they have chlorine in it. They just run it through some filtration systems. Hello, bad user, by the way. And hello, lurkers! Everybody who's lurking today. Hello, hello, hello. Ice cream's melting before it's getting served. I got an ice cream last week and it was like super icy. They clearly were watering down the ice cream mixture a bit. And by a bit I mean a lot. To cheapen it a bit and to yeah, the traffic. Well, that's what you get for living near the coast, Fahy. Everybody's going to the beach because it's like, oh, I'm really sorry. There's just a really nice breeze after coming in through the window there. Try working in an office with AC, that doesn't really work. Sideways, try working in a room with no AC at all. I'm relying on an open window. And hoping to find a desk, to get a desk fan at some point. That I can put, I don't even know where I'd put it. Probably like up to my right and have like this weird extension cable going around me. 25 miles to go, so that's close enough. It's 40 miles from me, so it's... You're near the coast, relatively speaking. This isn't what I need to do! I almost drove the combine to be put away. That's decidedly not what needs to be done. Oh, Hamperman! Is I'm reading that correctly? Am I a farmer in real life? No. I'm not, and I'm kind of glad that I'm not, because I wouldn't want the headache of trying to figure out what the hell to do with crops in this weather. Or animals, which would probably be worse to try and deal with, trying to get them enough water. Hello, Liam. You're no longer... You're not lurking if you're saying in chat that you're lurking. The music's being nice to me today, by the way. I've just noticed this. Like, there's not been a song that I've had to stop up and say, oh god, this is terrible, and skip. It's all been quite good. It's a good music day. Pizza's here. I am having, I've been told, burgers and chips tonight, and it's going to be shop-bought burgers. It's not a takeaway. Shop-bought burger meat. The mama is going to cook up, and I'm really happy because she's going to do most of it herself. She's not going to make the burger meat itself. But when she does burgers, they're delicious because she like toasts the buns and it's all crunchy and delicious. 17-mile tailback on your local interstate, or as we call them, motorways, and it might be growing. Yeah, I mean, that happens during holidays when everybody has a car and nobody uses public transport like in America. making it kind of jelly. Yeah. Nothing beats a homemade burger. I'm gonna say that now. I know that the meat is actually chopped up burger meat and pre-made into the circles, but still. About as much as you can eat in this eat. Yeah. I'm not going to be eating much today, I don't think. I'm also not going to complain that I'm not eating too much, because I'm pretty sure that I have lost at least a bit of weight over the last week and a bit of extreme weather. Right, over to the tractor, because we need to empty the trailer and bring it back and fill the trailer and then empty the trailer. Your chocolate and caramel cake for dinner. That is dinner, Witchy. I've literally had sandwiches for dinner 2 days. For 2 days, and that is the dinner when you're not eating too much. You've been eating a lot of food lately because of the heat? Yeah. Here's a question for you guys. Should I mow that little pasture there to the right? Really fancy black pudding. I've not had black pudding in a little while. I wouldn't mind some. I prefer white though. Such a sandwich look. You'll never guess what I had for breakfast, Richie. On that note. I've been eating more and more sandwiches lately. I've gone from no sandwiches in years to sandwiches at least once a week. As a meal. Bacon sandwich? No! Good lord, not bacon. Corned beef. Hello, B-Dog. Corned beef sandwiches. Best sandwiches. Yes. Yes. Just to kind of break up the monotony of harvesting is kind of my thought. So let's, because we got time to burn here, I'm just going to times 3 over to the harvester, turn it off. Migraine again. Yeah, that'll happen in the heat. In fact, do the cows have silage? Ah, they don't. Let's give the cows some silage, because this has a cool little party trick. This is a front loader, isn't it? So let's give the cows a bit of silage, because there is a bale that I broke open. And then we can actually clean out the cows while we're up there. There we go, top speed. We're going slightly faster than we would have in the load all. Hard to beat good corned beef. The corned beef I had in the sandwich today was beautiful. It was like the really, you know, the really thick slices that have like chunky bits in them. That's good corned beef. Massey, drink plenty of water. I know that it won't help with the migraine, but it'll make you feel a bit better. It's just good advice in general. It's just with the warm weather, just make sure you're drinking at the very minimum a liter of water, just water a day, because food does contain water as well. The what was it, 4 or 5 liters you're supposed to drink a day doesn't include, does include food. Drinking enough water to drown away. Yeah, just keep drinking. There's no harm in drinking. Well, there is harm, but it's very rare that you actually drink enough to get water poisoning. Water and being in a relaxed position, yeah, keep yourself comfortable. If it helps your migraine, lie down. If it helps, sit up. If it helps, lie at a 45-degree angle. Sit at a 45-degree angle or something. Just do whatever it takes to keep yourself comfortable. Eat some corned beef if you need to. Orange Fanta, iron brew, or sweet tea. Yeah, that would work too, Ernie, I suppose. Everybody has little tricks. Like when I start getting a really bad headache, I'll usually just drink a bit more and that sorts it, because usually my headaches are related to me not drinking enough. Who else is streaming tonight? Good question. I don't know. I'm possibly going to go until like 7:30, maybe even 8 o'clock. I'll go until... Tell you what, I'll go until 8 or until I get handed my burger and chips, whichever happens first. Because I don't think anybody's planning on streaming 7 o'clock. Why no fix cam? Because it's too hot and I'm doing my best to keep myself cool, which means that I don't currently have a t-shirt on. And you guys don't want to see that. Trust me. If you're migrating, stay still, otherwise it gets worse. Yeah, like I said, like everybody has different ways of dealing with migraines and headaches and different things. I find bizarrely sausage rolls help me. I'm not even sure why. But sausage rolls, Pepsi Max is a bizarre one as well. Not normal Pepsi, not Coke, not Coke Zero, Pepsi Max specifically. We don't need to see Dave's one giant ab. Yeah, you definitely don't. Or my moobs, for that matter. So, do the pigs need cleaning? The pigs need cleaning too. Should I clean out the cows and the pigs in one go here? We'll be right back. Fair enough, Christian. That could be it, Yanis. I suppose that could be it, yeah. So let's let's give the cows some silage. There we go. 500 liters of silage grabbed. Or 492 because farm sim. This thing has higher capacity than you thought it would. Yeah, I mean, it is surprisingly capacitive for a loader this size. That'll do for... Yeah, it'll do them for silage for a little while yet. We'll just... clean out the grass as well out of here. I'll get this door open as well, because this way I can get out to the feeding trough just a bit easier. Hey, Pebble. I'm doing well. I'm a bit warm at the moment. I'm gonna go till 8 if I can. I'm gonna go till 8 or until I get food, whichever happens first. So let's head down to the pigs. And we'll get them sorted out. Does it affect them too much? No, let's not sort the pigs, because they're more or less fine. Let's get down and do some mowing. Hello, Matthew. Welcome back, Christian. Let's get down with this thing and do some mowing. I have to admit, I love the little banana loader this thing has. It's kind of adorable. It's a bit of a shame it doesn't have the same method of use as it did in FS13. You can see the old latch for it there. It used to basically latch on, and you'd like right click and it would flip the latch and just drop the loader immediately. But I think this method is probably a better and easier method with the banana loader. Your phone's overheating. See you, Adam. I enjoy how the wheels on this don't quite match up to the frame rate, so they get super blurry. I can turn that light off actually, because I'm not using it. Hello HC Gaming, how are you doing today? Hope you're doing well. I need to figure out a way to get that to actually stick properly, because it keeps falling. The music's being really good today. I'm surprised. Like, I'm actually shocked that the music hasn't been terrible. Now, before I actually harvest the potatoes, I will need to harvest the majority of field 10. Or at least cut a path through it with the harvester. Use mirrors. Using the mirrors gives you a blind spot pane, so I can understand. I can understand that being a fail. You're supposed to look over your shoulder to check the blind spot. Do I listen to simulated radio? I don't listen to radio at all, really. Most of the music I listen to is either in my own stream or in other people's streams. How do you get the horse seed tender on the back of the stock in-game truck? I would show you, but I don't have it activated. You need to drive up beside it, Drum, and if you press R, letter R on your keyboard, it will jump from the little trailer it's on to the back of your truck. And I had to Google that to figure it out. Hello Sanjeev, how are you doing today? Guys, if you are enjoying the stream, you can hit that like button or subscribe if you haven't already. For Lone Oak and some insane challenges that I come up with from time to time. Do I know when the new version of BulletBill is coming out? No, I don't. Now I'm helping Nathan test it, and I haven't got a new version in a little while. So as far as I know, the new version isn't done yet, and it hasn't been sent to his own personal testers yet. Not the FSUK testers, but his own personal testers. I'll let you guys know when that happens if I can. And join my Discord for memes. 29 likes? Let's get it up to 50 likes, guys. Come on. I know you can do it. I believe in the power of madness. So let's get this more attached to the back of this thing here. No, that's decidedly not what I wanted to do. I'll pull this out of the shed and show you what I mean by the finger bar working. As the bin's being moved outside, I apologise for the rumbling sound you might be able to hear. So on the other mower I had that was identical to this, same mower, just different person did it, the little finger bar didn't work, and you can see on this one it does. So it just looks slightly better. And that's pretty much all the difference, is the animation works on this one. It's an animation you don't usually even look at, but it's something that I hold as being important because I like details. Even the details you can't see, I like them. So let's get this mode up real well, not real quick, but as quickly as we can. We'll ted it and give it a bale, and then we're going to sell the bale straight off because I've got more than enough hay in storage to hopefully see the animals through the winter. If I don't, well, they just won't get hay. They'll just get silage. Do I know where Simulation for the Nation did not have a video out today or yesterday? Yes, he decided to spend an extra week in New York. Which he hadn't accounted for originally. So that's why he hasn't had videos out the last couple of days. Everyone wants to have tea outside the sun. I don't blame her. That was a sneeze. Yes, I forgot to hit the mute button. I apologise. I don't have hay fever, but I do react to temperature changes in weird ways. Mainly sneezing. So, yep, this is some quality mowing happening right here. There we go. No. Maybe. No. There we go. Why do people fertilize grass in real life? Same reason you fertilize anything else, to get more yield. If you fertilize grass in real life, it grows faster. And can grow a bit thicker as well. So you actually get more grass when you cut it, if it's fertilized. What's my favorite trailer? I don't really have one. I don't really care too much about trailer brands to have a favorite. As far as I care, a trailer is a trailer is a trailer. It's just kind of like which one looks prettiest. And in Farmson, which one just fits what I'm trying to do the most. Quite honestly, like I don't care enough about trailers to have a favorite brand. Although I will admit, my favourite trailers that I see out on the roads and in real life are the ones where people have like taken this really old trailer and just kept it going for years, so they're rusted to crap and wooden. And you know, half the planks are missing, and there's chunks missing out everywhere. And the people just insist on keeping using them because they work for what they want them to. They're my favourite trailers. Because like that's what farming should be, is just keeping things working long after its useful life has ended. Effectively, or should have ended, I guess. This mower is being a bit of a pain with this little hillock here. There we go. Are we gonna get most of this mowed this time? Looks like we will. That's good. That's fantastic. All machines are the best. Absolutely. That's why I love you. Like, that's why I've come up with this challenge, which is basically use the smallest stuff I can for as long as I can. Mainly because it allows me, it gives me an excuse to use the oldest machinery I can find, which tends to be the smallest, by and large. Now, the only thing that I'm not using the only thing that I've decided against using that is the smallest one I can find is actually the baler that came with the Farming Classics pack. I've just realised I've picked up some grass in the bucket. And the reason I'm not using the baler is because there's no way to pick up the bales easily. There's no auto loader that can handle those bales, and I'm not going to pick them up by hand because they're even smaller than the bales that I'm currently making. And even those, I'm allowing myself to auto load because there's just too many of them. And they're so small that they're a pain to try and stack. And there's no machinery that can handle stacking them effectively. So until such time as somebody comes out with a bale accumulator, I'm pretty much forced to auto stack the conventionals. Hello, Brendan. What I might do is I might just stop doing this mowing here because I'm seeing people are leaving the stream since I started doing the mowing. I'll do this off camera and make the bales off camera and just load them up possibly in the next stream, which might not be for a few days on Saturday. Also, the 7th and 8th-ish, I won't be able to stream. My sister's on nights around then. She's got 3 nights in a row, so I will be not streaming for those days. Just to stop myself from getting stressed and stuff, I'll do my own thing and just chillax for a few days. So for those of you that are new, my sister works nights occasionally. When she does, I take those days off because otherwise I get really stressed because she tends to sleep until like 5 or 6 o'clock. And it's a bit fairer on her to let her sleep. It's a bit fairer on me to not get stressed out by her sleeping. And the simple solution is to just not stream. And I will try and get videos out for you on those days. Hopefully longish videos, because it wouldn't be, you know, you just even it out. I'm not doing Barbie Girl. That ain't happening. I did it once, that's enough. Red Flyer, thank you very much for subscribing. Welcome to the RainbowDave Madhouse. Hope you enjoy your stay. Yeah, don't try and like make me do things that have already been put up on the channel. I don't see a point behind that. CHC. I need to do some cable management later tonight. I think I'm gonna need to try and get my cables in some sort of order. Where are my... There they are. I'm gonna cable tie the cables from my wheel together so that they stop going flapping everywhere around. In fact, can I do a bit of it now? That's probably a bad idea. So, fix the USB ports. No, I haven't. That's actually one of the things that I'm hoping to do during this next period of time off. So what I'm going to do is, instead of mowing, I'm just going to stop that and go back to harvesting. Because we're nearly done with this harvest anyway. And we can get this sorted out. So I just need to pull out the pipe. Do I play Fortnite? No, I only play good games. How much Fortnite rage will there be? Hey, Henry. I did as promised last night. Seeing as you did as I asked. Because I would have forgotten otherwise. I did forget. Because I ran off downstairs to do some stuff immediately after the stream. Let's get the engine running. It's down. I'm gonna kind of by necessity because I've noticed that the cables from my wheel are hitting up against my leg when I've got it stretched out a bit. Just switch the mouse and keyboard. Kind of for comfort reasons. We just need to finish this field off and then we're good for, well, this field at least. We're going to start to do a bit of baling, and unfortunately the only tractor that I know 100% will run the baler is over there in that field plowing, and it's going to be doing that for a while. So my plan is to try and get the Hurleyman baling, if I can. Cable management tonight, yeah, to get mainly with the wheel, because I have to connect and disconnect it so much, and it's got a bad habit of getting the pedal cable snagged up on the pedals and coming out loose, so I need to just try and manage the cable so that doesn't happen too much. Or that if it does happen, that I don't have to go digging around trying to find the damn thing. So I'm not testing this, I'm gonna try and get the Hurleyman on the baler. If I can. I think it's a big if. I also want to just give my room a quick tidy as well, because I've been a bit lazy with putting stuff into my rubbish bag, and just need to get caught up with that. Yeah, small tasks. I also wanted... I'm not going to go this time, but I want to do some iRacing as well. Practice the Nordschleife in a new car. But I've tried on a different track and kind of vaguely got the hang of, but it's a bit... It drives a bit strangely from what I'm used to. Got sunburned yesterday, you looked like a cross between Rudolph and a raccoon. Yeah, okay, that's an interesting way of putting things. I did jinx myself with the music, didn't I? Because this one's just noise. There we go, something that's hopefully going to be better. See you, Kara. James, I'm pretty sure that if I did a topless stream with the webcam on, I would lose 8,240 subscribers. Even the people that don't watch the streams would unsubscribe. Supersized part. No! Internet's back. Welcome back, ASB. You didn't miss much. We've mainly been harvesting. We did a bit of mowing and sorted out the cows a bit. Why not? Because it annoys me when it's supersized. I find that it causes a bit of lag for some reason. That's actually the reason that it's small. Is it causes less lag on the stream that way. For some reason. Also, I want to just tab out and fix something here real quick, because my stream has been playing 144p this entire time, and it's annoying me now. There we go. I love it when YouTube wigs out and just gives you 144p as the default for something. If you're enjoying the stream, guys, feel free to hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. If you're feeling fat and sassy, you can send a super chat, donation, or whatever. Power party's too hard when it's big? Possibly. Upgrading to 1440p. What I did was I just boosted the stream up to 1080p 60, so now it looks nice and smooth. And I can see any frame glitches that happen. Through the YouTube viewfinder. Because sometimes in between OBS and YouTube something goes weird. And oh, for the love of crap, I've done it again. And I lose frames. That's not what I wanted to do. 39 likes, is that all? Come on, guys, you can do better than that. I know we can get up to 50. So let's top off the trailer and then empty and fill the trailer again. Let's try a way that I haven't done yet. Let's do that. And just do that real quick. What tips do I have for somebody starting out a YouTube channel? Don't do it for money, do it for fun, always enjoy yourself and do things that you enjoy, don't try and copy somebody else. Don't like look at what other people are doing and say, oh, well, this is popular, I need to do this myself. And just have that be your channel, because then you're just doing something else. You're just doing somebody else's stuff. Don't like think that you're gonna make a lot of money with YouTube, because you really don't. I'm not allowed to divulge how much I make in a pure dollar amount, but what I will say is that there is a payment limit of $70 minimum before I get paid, and a lot of months I don't get paid. This month I will. It's been a fantastic month, but a lot of the time I don't make the cash out limit for YouTube. And another little tip if you want to start YouTube: community is more important than sub numbers. If you have a community, you can have a lot of fun on a daily basis. If you get a lot of subs, it becomes a lot harder. Aim to build community before building subs. It might sound, you know, contradictory, but you'll get people that will show up regularly, and you can build a community from that. And you'll find that the more people you have showing up regularly, the more people will show up regularly. And logic on the unloading. Yeah, I don't know why it goes through the inside of the trailer, I'll be honest. But it does. As I ride the tractor to victory. To be fair, ASB, I used to be, in a previous life, community manager for a game that never happened. So I was learning all of these things as I was starting the YouTube channel. But in fact, I started the YouTube channel just for this, originally to build a community so that I could learn community management. It was one of the kind of key things that I had in mind. The fact that I'm no longer doing community management but still the channel means that I've been enjoying the channel a bit more than the game that never happened. As far as I'm aware, it still hasn't happened, and it's been like 2 years since I quit. Which means they've been working on it for 4 years, and yeah, still nothing came of it. So I think I might have made the correct decision. Lost a friend by doing it, but I made the right. I think I made the right decision. So that's this field harvested. Good. Field 14 is done. We can empty the harvester, get everything kind of put away. And then we can try and bale this with the hurleyman. I don't know if this is gonna... What the hell? That's not how physics works. That's really not how physics works. And crops. It wasn't cattle and crops. It was an MMO that just never saw the light of day. When I left, they were still working on concept art after 2 years of quote-unquote development. It was still working on like one character and some concept art. And the funny thing is, I would have done some voice acting for that game had I stayed with it and it actually be existing. You should be more devoted to community. Yeah, but I do notice that when I take a break, even for like a few days, that my views nosedive when I come back. It takes a week or so for me to get those the views back up to normal, or maybe even just a few days, but it does take a little while to get the views back up to normal. It's but with the amount of time you've been gone, it's basically like you're starting your channel over again. Know though that I watch the air hauler videos religiously because oh my god, I love air hauler, and I hate air hauler, but I love air hauler. Have you actually have you tried the Rex Direct 4 texture pack on Steam for like clouds and weather and stuff? It is really good. Like, it's a full game changer. It's basically like, it's not as good as Orbex, but it's cheaper and seems to do just a small bit more. Changes pretty much every texture in the game to look a bit better. Maybe more focused on communities why I do these streams though. It's like I genuinely prefer streaming to making videos, which is one of the reasons why videos tend to suffer when I'm like overheating, but I extend the streams. Rex Texture Pack and Active Sky. I need to get myself Active Sky. Rex Direct 4, just if you get the 4K textures and get it tuned up just right, it looks stunning. So I'm going to put the combine away, despite the fact there is another field yet to be baled, or yet to be harvested just over there, field 10. Because I want to see if I can run the round baler with the hurleyman. You had tea, now you're stopped. Very nice, Bill. I've not had my tea yet. I'm going to keep going until I get my tea, or until it's 8 o'clock, whichever comes first. You find editing? I don't do much editing, ever. Where's the trailer? There it is. Go away, Wopster. Go away, Wopster. Your information got stolen. That's decidedly not good, Darth. And hello, Welsh. My sister had that happen, was it last week? Somebody bought $89 or €89 worth of stuff from Steam. And she got the money back already. So just to be on the safe side, I was asked if I did it, and I was like, no, I don't even know my own credit card details, never mind hers. Slapping an intro on rendering out. I tend to just put my logo, superimpose it, and chop the start and end off the footage I record. I like this song, it's quite funky. Can I do this? No. Oh, you can't do the old trick where you could disconnect while unloading. That's a bit of a shame. So let's see. Did I get rid of the round bale? Was I an idiot and got rid of the round baler? Hang on a second. The round baler should have been in that shed. Oh no, it's in that shed. Once you beach life the game. I've never played that, or never heard of it even. It's a nice summery song. Look, can this thing... Oh, I can run the baler! Haha, victory! Oh yeah! Ridicu bailing coming right up. I say ridicu bailing, this doesn't actually look all that wrong. It should look very wrong, but it doesn't, and that's mildly concerning. It's a big bail for this tractor. I mean, yeah, but it doesn't look overly ridicu big. Like some of the equipment combinations I've managed in the past. It's it's bailing at a decent speed. Hey, Via. Oh yes! We have a victory, ladies and gentlemen. Boys and girls and VFs. Oh, here's the problem: is once we get one round bail, once we get a bail done, it struggles. I believe in you, Hurliman. This is one of the sillier bailing setups I've had. I'll have to admit that. I told you you'd like Lone Oak, dude. Puts a lot of American maps to shame, unfortunately. Or fortunately, I don't know if it's unfortunate or fortunate. This is a gradual slope. That's why we're going 6. I'm not looking forward to that side of the field because the slope's a bit more profound and defined there. Yeah, if you got the big bud pack SB, use the Culti Plow. That's what I'm using on Lone Oak, and it works surprisingly well actually. I've combined like Big Bud and Horse. That seems to be like a good equipment combo. Bizarrely, like Big Bud, Horse, and then some John Deere tractors just for extra America. It's a surprisingly good like equipment combination, and the New Holland sprayer with the front bar just kind of fits. Although I'm sure there's going to be as many weird and wonderful equipment combinations as there are players in Farm Sim. Oh, there's definitely a US style plow and a European style plow. I've got a reply from Simulate from the message I sent him like an hour ago. He says no. There you go. I've been checking out. No, I've not watched any videos or streams of Lonogos and Landys. And even then, me and Landy pretty much have this like a very similar equipment setup. Right down to like we're both gonna try and focus on cows, which is kind of odd. Because we both have the same idea independently of each other. T8 with the Great Plains Seeder. I mean, that'd work. Yeah, the T8's a very American style tractor. The T9 would fit nicely. But I just felt like America, John Deere, kind of jump on the FS19 hype train from the trailer with a John Deere 8R series and an American map. Kind of all fits together nicely into that little puzzle. Felt nice. Was it by any chance on that one website that I was using, like, was it AMC or FSAMC.com or whatever it is? Because pretty much everybody's using that one website now to get their American mods. And it's kind of comical. Yep! Everybody's just gone to that one website. It's hilarious. Facecam disappeared. Yes, because I started to overheat and realized that facecam today wasn't a good idea. There's a really nice V-rake on there, VF. It has some issues with the work area, and it doesn't really like ground response, but it looks really cool. If I go onto the MR database, there's a link to a roundabout which flips the bait onto its side. I don't really need that though. Shouldn't have posted. I actually found it independently. Because I was looking for a V-rake. I was looking for something and found it myself. It seems like American Eagles has been usurped as the top American mod site. I still think it's a shame that there's not much of an American community because there's some fantastic equipment used over there and just none of it is in the game. There's so much promise from American mods that just can't be realized because not many modders from America making mods. And it's really annoying because I'd love to have like a proper American manure spreader and slurry spreader and all that kind of stuff, but there's just none of them. None of them exist. Yeah, it's not the most legit site in the world, granted, but it's better than nothing. And I might go browse American Eagles tonight and see if I can find anything interesting there for the 4th of July. You can make mods, you've no clue about modding. Farming Man, this is gonna sound really ridiculous. Watch the Cattle and Crops modding series. They're kind of going through Blender and how to make mods, and all of the stuff that they have in those videos is applicable to Farm Sim. And if you want to watch, there's ways of learning Blender. Like you can watch the Blender Guru on YouTube. He is incredibly knowledgeable and really good at making tutorials. He has some of the best Blender tutorials on the internet. There's a Blender Noob to Pro PDF you can get that's like 1,200 pages long, which I wouldn't recommend, but if you prefer reading things, then that's probably the way to go and just read what you want. Steering wheel stuff for farm sim. That wheel isn't very good, Tractor 10. The Cytec wheel is not very good. It is really plasticky and horrible and has a habit of breaking on people. Of all that stuff, like the best thing is the side panel. That is the most useful thing. And I really wish that I had one. But the side panel is the useful bit of that entire setup. The rest of it's kind of eh. Don't spoil. I'm not trying to spoil it. Just giving my opinions. What in the name of God has my friend Connor sent me? I smell chips. Oh dear. That's something that I can't share anywhere. Which you will probably get it later. Be sent that later tonight. I mean, G29 is awesome. Yes. G27 I think is like just as good. I mean, bright side of this ridiculous setup is we can get bales made quickly enough that they're going to be good, and slowly enough that the Deutz is going to keep going with the ploughing. Isn't the G29 very expensive? It costs about the same as the Cytec wheel. Last I checked anyway, unless the Cytec wheel's got a major price drop, it's about the same cost. About the same price. Even though Cytec doesn't exist, and I know it's the Logitech G-Sci Farm Sim, whatever it's called now. Plan for any American map is good. It's good. Like long is all that for how farms work. I can't stand how farms work. I don't like their content anymore. They don't show farming anymore. It's all like subtle advertising for this brand or that brand or the other brand. It's like, that's not how farm works. It's not how farming actually exists. You're not doing any farming. All you're doing is just worthless shilling for people. And I get that you want to make money out of the YouTube channel, but maybe do it differently. Because it put me right off the channel. Like, I enjoyed it right up until I realized, hang on, they're just literally advertising this thing in this video, that thing in the other in that video, the other thing in the other video. It's just like, you're no longer how farms work. You're just how corporates, you know, how a corporation wants you to think farms work. And it's a shame, because that was a really good channel back when it was actually showing farming. Just got done bathing in real life. Very, Very nice, Tractor 10. What's my graphics card? A GTX 980. Each their own. Yeah. I'm not gonna criticize people who enjoy watching how farms work. I just don't agree with the direction that they took that channel. I feel like they just kind of ignored the original aim of the channel, which was to educate to educate people on how farms work. And now it's just gone to the other extreme, which is, hey, look at this really cool equipment that you need to know how it works, but we're not going to tell you because it's not in the contract that we have with this company. It's gone away from what I feel is the original aim of the channel and what the channel should be. Yeah, if you want to see the actual farming bit and how farms actually work, go to Ryan's brother's channel, which I can't remember the name of. Blackout, you can actually give that a shout out if you want, because I can't remember the name of it. But Ryan's brother's channel is much more. Why is this not failure to monitor reverse uphill? Okay. Has this broken the tractor somehow? No, it was still in reverse. The rest of the story. Thank you. Go watch the rest of the story if you want to see the how farms work farm actually working and how that actually happens. PC is an MSI on-one gaming series. Mine's custom built with liquid cooling, so I've kind of optimized as much as I can with PC. I can probably optimize more actually, but I've got it running to a point where I'm happy with how it runs. I can run it hard. Just wait to the end of the stream for what? They can check it out now, VF. I genuinely don't mind if they want to go watch real life farming more than somebody pretending to farm with some ridiculous equipment. Then they're more than welcome to. Hello, NI. Plenty of really good real-life farming channels out there, and if you're more interested in real-life farming than watching somebody pretend to farm with silly equipment like this, then maybe go check out a real-life farming channel. You like your PC too? See, I've got a bit more of an attachment with mine than most people do because I built mine, and it's like, yes, this is my baby. I built it up from a little motherboard to a big PC. I'd say this is the third iteration of my PC, and it's in the second iteration with the third set of tweaks. No, the second iteration with the second set of tweaks, and in its second case because the first case had some band jacks, USBs. I realize not all about driving tractors. If you ask people who don't know how farms work, that's what they'll tell you. But if you ask somebody who's a farmer, they'll tell you 90% of the work isn't in a tractor at all. It's making sure everything else is... It's making sure everything's running in the first place. Even though I don't farm, I know that's the case. If you're enjoying the stream, guys, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. I'm in at 7 actually because I'm beginning to overheat again, even though I'm kind of running as much cooling as I can in this room. I'll go as long as I can though, because I can smell food as well, and that's not helping. Keep an eye on the weather. Yeah, you gotta watch the weather forecasts religiously. The farming forecast specifically. I just realized it is 7, so we'll go until like half 7 maybe. Or until I get food, whichever happens first. After you get your job, you're starting and building a custom PC. Same in Landy slot tonight. I'm planning on taking a lot of it, but no. I'm just abusing it. You gotta go, the England match is starting. Well, enjoy watching England lose horrifically 6-1. Who are England playing? I genuinely don't know this. Guessing that. No. Nobody's in Landy slot. Being a dairy farm, you gotta get up early to milk all 987 cows. Yeah, or however many you have. Colombia. Yeah, it'll be 6-1. England scored in the 95th minute just to get the one. Where's Landy gone? He's gone camping. He's gone from the north, which is Canada, to the northern north, which is northern Canada. Anybody gets the reference that I just made from the north to the northern north, then congratulations, you get internet cookies. Nobody's really fighting as such. It's just that nobody knows what to do. This is top speed backwards. So yeah, I'm gonna go until half 7, or until I get food, whichever happens first, because I can smell chips. And it smells delicious, and I'm getting hungry. Farm Sim's Contractor Simulator, yeah. Farm Sim's all about driving the tractors. I don't know, Sim's not taking the slot today anyway, because I texted him on Facebook and he said no. I started a little early. Yeah, I mean, ain't nothing stopping you today. YouTube is a hobby. That's the best way to do YouTube, or Twitch for that matter, is to not see it as a job, and if it becomes a job, then so be it. Keep it as a hobby and just make you have the money as a rainy day, happy day, play fund or whatever. Don't feel like you need to rely on the money from YouTube, because that could go away at any given second with one terms of service change. Which I need to like go into my looking for work email again and start looking through those emails I've got. Because I keep getting sent like promotional stuff. Hey, these are some jobs that you might be interested in, and I need to look at those because I've been slacking on that front. Mainly because most of the jobs they send requires a full and clean driving license. Well, I don't have either of those, do I? Or they're in Dublin. See you, Farming Man. If you're doing YouTube as a hobby, hold the YouTube money to get new things for YouTube. Like, let your YouTube channel basically fund itself. Save the ad rev money or whatever you make, whatever little pittance you make, for new things for YouTube. You made $8 in your YouTube career. I don't know how much I've made in total, and I don't know if there's a way to tell now, because I've changed that. You need at least, I want to say like 10 or 20,000 views a day to like make a living off YouTube, and it's not all that comfortable of a living, and I make about a tenth of that. But, you know, things can change in time, and maybe things will change. Doubt it, but oh well. Hope springs eternal. But if it's in the Steam, yes. This is the Steam version of FS17. I also bought the Giant Strike download version, not realizing the Steam version would actually unlock at midnight as well. So I had 2 versions of Farm Sim on pre-order. I don't think I'll get the collector's edition on 19 because it would involve so much hassle. Just like it would involve me basically getting 2 versions of FS19 as well. One of them being very expensive. And simply put, I don't have the money to buy something very expensive. Oh, you saw that car chase? That's oldish if I remember right. Blackout. Great demand for sunflowers. I don't have sunflowers. The tractor's being a bit fussy with how it wants to start now. Oh god, this is now top speed. This is what top speed is now. FS19 will cost about the same as FS17. That has been confirmed by Giants. Yeah, that's the problem. I think what I'll do is I'll get the Giant Strike download version, because I can guarantee that it'll unlock it at 11 o'clock my time. And then kind of at a later date buy the Steam version. Because with the Steam version I like getting the updates. I like the auto updates. I don't like having to go look when there's an update and make sure that it's up to date. I just saw a bit of Z fighting. Something's missing maps. Don't know how something's missing maps. But something's missing maps. When can you pre-order FS19? You can pre-order it on Amazon right now, Stephen. Ignore all the release dates that are currently on Amazon. There's nothing confirmed by Giants yet. They're just kind of placeholder dates. And Steam pre-orders will open probably quite soon. Giant Strike download pre-orders will probably open just after FarmCon. If not just after FarmCon, then after Gamescom, which is in August. Does this thing have magic 4-wheel drive? This doesn't have magic 4-wheel drive. I need to jiggle this off the bale. That's not quite what I wanted to do, because that's just made everything worse. It's not Amazon UK yet. Yeah, I'm gonna just speed over to... This'll help. Amazon says if it's not, yeah, it's a placeholder date. Whenever I see December 31st, I just instantly write that off as a placeholder. That they don't know the actual date, and they're just because they have to have a date in for their system to recognize it as a pre-order. They just put in December 31st. So the system will register it as a pre-order for something. And when the actual date is announced or revealed, then they'll change the date to be that. Can I bop that bale down a bit more so that it's out of the way? Yes, it's out of the way. Let's move the baler now, which could prove problematic as it is quite heavy. There we go. And now for the easy bit, just unflipping the tractor. This is the one that has the dodgy brakes. There we go. Gotta be close to $1,500. Yeah, that's not too much to be paying out, but you could still get decent specs. Especially if graphics card prices start dropping. Right now, actually, custom builds are the more expensive way of getting PC. You're actually better off going for pre-built right now because they buy graphics cards in bulk, so get discounts. Seems a lot of money for nothing on top of buying farms on Steam. It's not worth it for me. It's kind of personal preference for everybody else, for you guys, I guess. Because while I'd love the little collectible John Deere and I'd love the posters, I don't see the value for money there for me. Price of new PC, £1,200. Yeah. I don't plan on pricing up a new PC until the new NVIDIA chipsets are out. And then I'll start pricing and figuring out how much I need to steal from somewhere to basically just upgrade the graphics card and the CPU. And I probably need a new motherboard. That'll be a pain. What socket are Intel using nowadays? Are Intel still using 1155? Can't find a good. You can actually get a good PC for rendering and stuff pretty cheap. It's just how you run it that defines how good it is. Yeah. Alright guys, I've just been handed my burger and chips, so that is time on the stream, I'm afraid, because I want to eat right now, and those burgers look delicious, and the chips are... let me just have one. Oh my god, that is delicious. That's all I got time for, because I want to eat. I'll be back tomorrow with some 4th of July Lone Oak. With hopefully some 4th of July specials. I'll doll up the stream a bit. For the 4th of July. But, I'll be back tomorrow. Until then, I'll leave you by saying I'm RainbowDave. You've been watching the Farming Simulator 17 Insanity Challenge on the West Coast. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, hit the like button on your way out. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. That chip is delicious. Until next time, stay safe. And goodbye. I ran the credits too early and I went too long on the outro, I'm sorry.